Let's take a look at how we manage picks, my list of picks. Not how I add picks to the database, but how I say I'm interested in a pick. I am running under another test ID, and this test ID has one pick in its list of picks. So now I'm going to go back to Browse Picks and look at all of the picks in the database. Now here's my list of picks, and here's the Adirondack Pet Lodge that I just added to my picks. I clicked on Add to my picks, and here it is now on my list of picks. One click maintains it. Now it's on my list of picks, and no longer does it say Add to my picks. It doesn't make any sense. Now the option is to remove it from my picks. This is a very efficient, very common type of interface. And we're seeing not just in Facebook, we see it in more and more software that's being written today. In the old days, what we used to do is have a dialogue that was started when you clicked a button that would say maintain pick list or something. Then it said, what do you want to do with this pick? Add it or delete it. You would click add or delete, and then there was this lengthy interaction. What we're doing now is we're getting rid of all of these interactions because, in the first place, people know more about computers. It's not that difficult for them to understand what's happening, and we are able to make certain assumptions. We try not to have error messages anymore in software. We try to avoid the situations where error messages need to occur. For example, if I'm looking at a list of my picks, the only action I can take is to remove something from it. It's in the list. I can only remove it. If I am looking, let's say I'm browsing or looking at friends' picks, I don't know if any of those picks are already in my list. But you saw how quick it was to add a pick to my list. So what we do is we just say, you want to add a pick? If this interests you, click here. Fine. What the user wants to do is to wind up with that pick in his or her list of picks. That's what the user is trying to accomplish. If the pick is already in that list, it doesn't matter. The user wants the pick to be in the list, and it's really our business to go through and say we don't want to add it a second time. So if the pick is already there and they try to add it again, it is not an error. They're just confirming that they want it in the list. It's in the list, so we don't have to do anything. So you'll see in the database calls, what we do is to check to see if it's there already, and if it is, we do nothing. It's very simple, and it just means a slight reinterpretation of what the interface means. The interface where it says add to my picks really means add to my picks if it's not already there because I want it in my list. The more you can think of ways to avoid error messages and to avoid interaction with the user, the better you are. You want the interactions that users have with your app to be basically with other users, social interactions, not interactions with an application that they really are not very interested in running. They're interested, in most cases, in the people and in the interactions with their friends. And now let's see how this is accomplished with the code.